Well, it's another week in Prague, and I'm at this billboard area again, which always comes up with some interesting stuff. This is something from PIM, which is the Prague International Marathon. Like there was any Prague Marathon that wasn't international, they have to have the I in there. Yeah, we've got some interesting supporters there. Tesco, obviously a British company. Allianz, a German one. Pedigree, obviously a dog food company. I can't see any logos particularly close to my person up on there, although I will say that Allianz used to be a great client of mine in a previous company. I'd love to have them back, but there we go. Now we've got the political ones out. So there we've got some politicians from this party, whoever that is. But here we have something wonderful. It says, "Stop thinking positively, a course in negative thinking." So obviously the Czechs have had a little bit of enough of foreign influence and want to get back to their original roots. There's a Museum of Communism featuring the 1980s Olympic Games Misha wielding an AK-47 Kalashnikov, which is, I suppose, an interesting juxtaposition. So basically, here we have it. Prague Spring. People sitting on the benches puffing away to themselves. Not exactly a cloudless sky, but still very good air. I feel quite comfortable. It's going home from work. 7:30. So still nice and light at this time of year at that time, so I can get a bit more filming in. Need to go for a walk really, but I got up so early this morning after going to bed so late the night before that all I want to do now is sleep. Anyway, this area you've seen before, so I don't want to talk a lot now. Back again on this famous Old Town Square. Whenever I tend to have a walk in the evening, which I did again tonight, although this time I didn't kind of want to put the camera on that much. I don't know why. I think I was thinking about some other things from today and kind of working them through in my head instead. But I tend to end up here. Then gradually my thoughts turned back to the fact that I hadn't made a film, so I thought, well, look out for things to film. Here we have the British pub restaurant, and they're watching television. They're watching football. Not sure who's playing. Barcelona. Against Inter. It looks like Inter, I'm not sure if it is. Anyway, you can't get anywhere near the TV screen. So there's quite a lot of discussion there. That's that bed place again. So there we are. That's all I wanted to really show. I don't want to replicate things I've already filmed, but just to show you the amount of noise there was outside that place, really. Right, it's another Prague vlog. Just saw this new poster up in Masarykova station. This is Masarykova station where all the places are you go and buy tickets. I'll probably have to buy one later in the week because I'm going to go to Serbia. But it's another example of how the Czech language is inventive when it comes to making up names for animals which don't even appear in Europe, or to the best of my knowledge, at least the part of Europe which Czech is spoken. And they've called this is obviously an aardvark from what I can remember. It looks as though it's got high heels on, but that's just the way its claws are. It should be a bit kinky putting high heel shoes on an aardvark, but I'm not saying nobody would do it, but I just don't think you should. And they call it Kvida. So everybody else is calling it by the Afrikaner Dutch name of an aardvark, which means an earth pig, and they call it Kvida. And just in case everyone's not sure what Kvida means, they put Hrabac, kapsky, which is actually a descriptive term, underneath which is the digger of the Cape, or the Cape digger, presumably referring to South Africa. I don't know how far up Africa it goes, presumably it goes quite a bit up Africa. I wasn't aware of it being really restricted to just the Cape area, but never mind. I don't know much about aardvarks, I've never specialised in them. But just I was going to say that it's just another example, like hroch that I was speaking about in the earlier Czech vlogs, of how the Czechs are capable of making up a word from nothing. So there's this Kvida thing which comes, doesn't seem to make any kind of sense, and it's nothing to do with aardvark. And aardvark itself, of course, remember, wasn't just made up from nothing. It's earth pig. Oh, what have we got here? Zdravko Cholic. There's Zdravko Cholic's fan club. Obviously he's come to do a concert, and they're just telling everybody to go and listen to his fantastic music. Basically, there's the tram going across. I found last week, I wasn't filming much last week, but I went to a restaurant with somebody, a place called Upapieżów in Prague 4, and there was another one, klokan. It was because they had kangaroo meat, and I had some kangaroo meat, and the word is klokan. So it's an interesting colour, or a combination of colours I should say, that green and pink. But that's what you'll see on Czech ladies. I don't think any Polish lady would wear that combination. But oh, there's a nice thing as well. Valentines. That's what alcoholics wish each other on February the 14th. Be my Valentines. And yeah, so klokan, the word for a kangaroo, is another example of these fantastic Czech originally made up names for animals. As more appear, I'll give them to you. So here we have a street called Krzyżkowa. These beautiful blossoms on the trees are worth photographing. I don't know how nicely this colour's going to come out. Should come out while I've got it in HD+. There's a wind up, which you can see, I suppose, if I focus up onto the top of the tree, you can see it moving around a bit. Well, it's not moving that much. Well, this one's moving more, it's maybe closer to the ground. You've got some beautiful lilac in a few different colours there. Isn't that glorious? Isn't that glorious? And what I actually wanted, I'm just on my way back home, having had a long meeting with a client, and isn't that nice? I need to zoom out of it now just to get the whole. The delicate colours, the green on the doors and the colours of the stonework on it. Not sure which church that is, but I actually do think it's a very pretty one from the outside anyway. It looks Roman Catholic. I dare say this, I can't see the name of it from over here, and it's not convenient to get through that barrier to go over to it. But look at that! Look at the lilac. How about that? Getting the colour on that, and all the way around there. Hasn't really started. Mine hasn't really got into bloom much yet, but let's have a good old close-up at this. How about that, eh? And it smells nice. Just these lovely natural perfumes. Fortunately somebody's walking along with a cigarette, which is thankfully not lit yet, otherwise I'd have to put up with adulteration of my enjoyment of this lovely blossom. Nice pastel colours on some of the houses. There, this is down by the Vltava river. We're almost on the same level as the river. The river's over there. It's nice and flat down here. It actually goes up to get to the embankment of the river. And this whole area, when it broke its bank actually not so many years ago, was completely flooded. Much of it had to be rebuilt. Oh, how about that? Look at those turrets there with the white parts on as well. It's really nice. And behind it you see the bluff. Okay, you wanted me to cross. I wanted to go a bit more slowly, but never mind. Karlinské náměstí. This is called Karlin. This is Karlin Square. Karlinské náměstí, but this area is called Karlin, basically. Karlin Black Label. And you've got the bluff behind it there, the, what do you call it? The escarpment, I think is the word in geography, of the Vltava. Lomas. They come up with some nice, interesting, original names. There's a game centre with an alien's face on it. Non-stop Večelec. Very nice. Sports bar. Grande Vita, big life. What's all this one about then? Hejmanek Kwiet. That's chamomile. Chmel. Shishtitze. That's hops, isn't it? Chmel. Lemongrass hasn't got a translation into Czech. The picture hasn't got anything to do with what's inside. Brusinska list is Brusinska is one of those blueberries, isn't it? Yasan is ash. If I didn't actually know these in Czech already from my gold list, this is proof really that the gold list works. I'd actually know the Latin, but I was going from the sorry, not the Polish, the Czech. Licorice root. Lekozice korzeń. I haven't got as far as Medunka yet because I haven't got up to M's. So, but Medunka said it was Melissa, which I think is Melissa anyway in English. I don't think that's got a separate name in English to the Latin name. Here we've got Puńczoki a ponożki, which is socks and stockings. Bloody Nora. It's all very well, but it's best if you can expect it. It's not very well trained for a guide dog, that's for sure. So it's getting a bit more heavy, the rain. I don't know whether I might be well advised to protect my suit and take the next metro station, which is coming up, or find a taxi and go the rest of the way by taxi or something, which is probably what I'll do if it gets any heavier than this. I certainly ought to stop filming if it's going to be involving water falling on my Kvida, which is something I can do without. So I'll stop for now. It is getting heavier, so I'll stop filming and see what I can do about it.
Oj, oj, oj. No.